Okay, g'day again. Alright, we've got a little update on the bug. I've pulled the motor out. We had an issue with the thrust race a while back, and I made up a temporary one. I've still got that here. Yeah. I actually found a very small bearing out of a gearbox or something. You can see I've tacked it in 4 places to hold it. That was temporary so I could keep it running while I ordered the new one, and we've got the new one, and yeah, it's very different. See how it's flat on top here, it's got the shaft, it's got a hole in the centre. The old one is just round, and because it fits into the arm no problem, but when you get to the clip, this is the old style clip that was in there. Better off leaving it there, put your fingers in the way of it. And when you put it on the new one, because it's got this flat on top here, as soon as you turn the bearing a little bit, and turn it that way, it pushes the clip off. And I'm rather annoyed with this, because what they've done is they've updated the bearings and updated the clips. And these clips are common on quite a few vehicles, and you know, they should have supplied them with it. If they're going to update the clip, they need to supply them, or at least tell you that you need to buy them, you know. So I went everywhere I could think of yesterday, and eventually I did get some clips, because I'm going to have to have it off the road for another 2 weeks waiting for some silly clips to go. So anyway, I've got them now, we can put them back in. The other thing I noticed while I had it out is there's about a mil gap between the shaft and the seal. This is the seal that goes on the front of the gearbox, or back of the gearbox actually, where again the main shaft, where it engages the motor. And given that I'm not keeping this gearbox, I've got an entire IRS rear end lined up, but I won't be putting that in till after I get it registered. So I went round to the seal shop, and of course they couldn't match it, and yeah, so I just got a seal that'll fit. That'll do. Just as I said, as long as it holds the oil until I get it registered, I'll be happy with it. So, but yeah, this is a really difficult seal to get out. As you can see, you gotta be careful not to chew up the casing. Yeah, I had to jam a screwdriver into that, and actually I started with a nail punch, and that was after I actually chewed the rubber off, to cut the rubber off the front with a knife so I could actually see it, because it's got this lip on it. Yeah, a difficult one to get out. Anyway, I'm about to put them back in, and the other thing I've been doing is fitting the tail lights, which I showed you before. They looked different, even though I made templates and was certain that I got them in the same spot. They looked a little bit different. I thought, because I had to cut, because they're further up the guard and there's more of a round in it, I had to cut the round in the tail lights. And yeah, there is a little bit of difference between the two, but I think it's more of a lining up issue. So even though I cut a template, I might have positioned the template correctly on the others, on both sides, so I'll go back that again. But the big issue, I'll grab one of the lights. Is when you get this on, this is your backing for the light, and it's got your wire terminal and bulb holders in there, and they were hitting the guard, so I've had to cut little pockets into the guard to allow for that. And then of course you can't have the rocks and mud and everything going all over the back of your light, and so yeah, I've welded these little bays in there. Got that one finished, and this one welded, and yeah, did a very delicate weld on that, just a spot at a time. So it probably took me 2 hours to weld that up. I welded the corners up first in here and put it in, got a hole for the wires to go through. But yeah, not only wanted to be careful not to do any heat buckle on the guard, I didn't want to burn the paint back any further than where the light goes, because this is already finished, this guard. So yeah, but yeah, managed to get it there, do a bit of a grind on it now, and I'll get back to trying to line them up so that they both look the same. I think it seems the main issue with making these lights look proper is that when you get the lenses on them, they've got these flat pieces, and you have to get these flat pieces lined up parallel with each other. That is the main thing to making them look proper. The other thing I've done here too is that I cut a little more off this. This used to come straight down. I sort of left it on there as a strength issue, but yeah, it's catching on the motor. It's making it so you couldn't just pull the motor. Oh, you could, but yeah, when you pull the motor out, it was hitting on here, making it difficult, so I've cut them back and welded them as well. Had a bit of an issue. It's not the tidiest weld, but yeah, that'll clean up. Had a bit of an issue in that I've run out of the 0.6 wire, and purchasing stuff is always an issue. So, I'm trying to weld up 0.8 or 0.9 plate with 0.8 wire. And it requires a lot of heat, and you're blowing holes and doing big chunky welds. It doesn't work that well, but yeah, got it done. And fortunately, because this is all covered, I'm going to just put a bit of black on there. It'll look fine. I'll have to redo the white on that. Yeah. Anyway, that's where we're up to. I think I'll strengthen this a bit more too. This is actually one of the cage mounts. Try and reinforce that a little bit with some heavier plate or something. But, well, it's probably not necessary, but do it anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that's where we're up to. I'll get it all back together again now. And yeah, thanks for watching.